That's that. That's live. Live channel open. Who's chatting? Who's chatting? Your dream is healthy. What do I need? Live chat. Do I see the viewers? Oh, there we go. Current viewers, no. Should have a list of who's actually in channel. Still don't know how to work that.
Mic test, can you hear me?
Yeah, dude, I haven't got my microphone close yet. Hold on. Yeah, man, I can hear you. Can you hear me loud?
Yeah, you got good sound.
Just setting up, YouTube is on, live. Changed it. Yippy's a little bit early, so we'll get him on stage a little bit earlier than we normally do. That's cool. We'll run with that. I don't think I've opened up live questions yet. It's the only thing. Should see what I've got on my drink. You can see it on stream. Sixin.
I didn't quite get it on Max screen bigger.
Looks like tastes like Pimm's and slow gin. She's got some orange in there and some fresh stevia.
Sounds like your boyfriend made it for you.
I'm a very very metrosexual man. I'm happy. I wear stripes side on my t-shirt. Live questions. I've still got to open that. Good evening, Mr. Metaverse.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Hi, Matter.
Hey, Sixon. It's like a ritual. I just know what time it is. I just come on over and look at the watch anymore.
Yeah, and you don't hassle me for having like a list of events and stuff to do either. It's been awesome though since we haven't had to do that, hasn't it? You've gotten used. You've gotten used to the chaos.
Yeah, I've gotten used to the chaos. We generally have a structure. First 30 minutes we talk about in general Solana introductions, maybe Star Atlas, then our guest for the night, and then we go on to whatever topics we have.
Yeah, and I mean we're never going to cover it all. I think at the start I was always trying to get everything. You just can't. You talk about it. You have a bit of a laugh. Cover what you can. Try and get the big stuff. We've got Yippy's in stage and ready, so we'll go 15 minutes earlier on that and just hold off on Star Atlas. I saw you had 2 videos this week.
Yeah. We don't have to talk about Star Atlas. I'm happy.
It did have. Yeah, I was waiting for Egg to laugh as well. No, man. I mean, it's still there, isn't it? We don't have to cover it long. There's heaps of other stuff to go. But what a week! What a week! I spent a little bit of Solana today.
Oh, I'm about to spend some right now.
I spent more Solana on a picture of a shoe than I have on all of my Star Atlas stuff combined.
What? Oh,
yeah.
I'll step in.
Yeah.
That GST is trending.
Well, it's funny. The market dived, and this was the first time with the geopolitical stuff going on. I definitely don't want to be unsensitive towards the fact. Being here in Aussie in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, it doesn't stress us out too much. But yeah, that was the only time I've seen it actually dive in price. Not dive, it dropped a touch, it softened up, but yeah, then it's straight back up. Hand up, hand up. Who's up? Who's that? Do you know how to look at your users on your YouTube live stream, like Metaverse? Like I can't. see a button for it.
How to do what? Sorry, on the live stream.
So I can see there's two people. I can obviously when they chat, I can see that. But how would I look at who's there just to say hello if I don't see like who they are?
I don't think you have the ability. Like, if they don't say who they are, I don't think you can know who's watching.
That's all right. Mm, 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 mm.
I recently just set up my Twitch, so I'm going to be Twitch streaming very soon. Not for Star Atlas, but for a game, just to try and get used to it.
Yeah, it's I don't know if you watch much of the stream from Tuesday. Actually watching, we had the devs playing games. So it takes a bit as well, working out whether you're going to have push to talk or not. It takes a bit to concentrate on what you're doing as well as then chatting and having a good conversation.
Oh yeah, of course. I got to multitask.
Watching, I really enjoyed the Eyes per Chain, Mr. Rudy. Fuck, he was funny. Watching him defeat the Hulkster, like I really had fun. So, I mean, it is 9 o'clock, so it is 9 o'clock Queensland. Let's smash into the show. We've got the same as every week. There's shitloads happening in Great. There's shitloads happening in Solana Gaming. We've got a small crowd by the start of it. 2,500 Great every week. This week we've got no whitelist. Last week we had whitelist for tonight's guest, Ramon online, and we've got Yippee in the stage. We'll jump him on in 15 minutes once we've done the standard intros. But you can see a whole lot of information already in the live questions. So in the meantime, if you want to have a look at that before Yippee comes online, you can see some basic intros for Ramon. They go to mint at 1600 UTC. So it's definitely cool to have a look at it because we got whitelist last week. Everybody that was here and was active, I think we gave away 20 at the time, got those whitelists. So definitely want to have a chat and see what it is. Like we're not here to just shill products. You guys know that. Barn Dog, Metaverse 6, and we've been here for a long time. So it is awesome to actually be able to get the guest the week after we give out the whitelist before the mint. That's kind of unique. We've had a couple of guests before, just before their mint, but not in this kind of same setup. So it's been a really big week. I'll do some highlights and stuff afterwards. But Sixon, how's your week been, man?
Yeah, pretty good, mate. Got the house finally nearly done. All the roofs back in. Just clean up, put all the furniture back in. Off sick of work because kids gave me the flu, so now they think I've got the COVID and had to go through 2 rat tests, which are negative. Then I can't see the doctor till I do a PCR test. So I did that today. That's mighty unpleasant, by the way, everyone. Don't do that. Yeah, so it's been good. I finally gave into the cult for the greater good. Bought a pair of step-hand shoes, and I must say it's not too bad. I recommend it if you get on it.
Oh God, I'm
advice.
pissing myself. He recommends it. Oh my God, he knows I was going to ask anyway. It's good to see him getting into the move to earn game. This has been huge for me. It's been huge for Grape, and absolutely keen to see him finally, submit and get into the game. Metaverse, how you going, dude? How's your week been?
Week's been okay, man. I've been consuming a bit of Reddit posts about the war that we have at the moment in the world, which is affecting global markets. You can see like the Russian stock market is down minus 50%, which is crazy. And of course, this affects the rest of the entire world. But the funny thing is, Russia, I'm just reading up about this. It affects everyone, but it's so far nothing crazy has happened. We might be going to World War III. We'll find out. No one wants to help Ukraine because they're scared of Russia. Oh man, I'm just gonna shut up, sit down, DCAs and Bitcoin, Solana, just lie back, wait till something happens. But apart from that, my university job is kicking up pretty good. I've set some time away so that I can do interviews and tutorials and a lot more content in Solana on Tuesdays. So I'll be having lots of people on the Grape Discord stage every Tuesday, Australia time.
What time are you doing that?
We'll see, maybe around 5 p.m. Sydney time. But really, I've got half a day off, so anytime within that half a day, whichever is suitable to the other guests, and whichever is better for the audience.
Yeah, I'm just thinking 5 p.m. That's a good time slot for. Fuck, it's not good for US and it's not good for Europe. It's good for us. It's good for Southeast Asia.
Oh, maybe I might have to work around that a little bit.
Yeah, because 5 p.m. You're minus 14 hours for. So what's that for a CST? So you're minus 12, 14 hours. Probably 15 hours for you. Yeah, that's a rough time. It's so hard, man, managing those time slots. So what we do now, this is really good for Europe, especially being on a Saturday, but dog shit for America. So I'm trying to think of how that would affect it because it's like 4 a.m. So it might be midnight. That's not terrible for America and that.
Yeah, I think that's actually not bad. Anyone who's a degen, anyone in crypto, they're up at 12 to midnight. They're up at 11.
Yeah, I
They'll
mean
be
we
around.
get guests here all the time that are at 4 a.m., 5 a.m. That's why I chose to do the 11 a.m. event my time for the Great Gaming Day because that gives the Americans a chance. And funnily enough, we've got heaps of Europeans coming up. So they're like, can you do another time? And I'm like, sure, but it'll be a Saturday night. And they're like, oh, okay. But no, that's awesome, man, and it's cool to see more stuff coming to Grape. We had, thank you, Libra, for the link there. I linked a couple of things. Our YouTube creator, we've actually got a YouTuber, YouTube, what would you call him? YouTube crew. Jairus has been doing a lot of work, and he did a couple of snippets from Grape Gaming Day this week. They're the first ones for me. He's done a couple for Metaverse. Like we're trying to build that out at the same time, but Grape Gaming Day started this week. Where's my plug for next week? We've got DeFi Land and two other games, Gyrus and Roguestar. They're all coming in Tuesday.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what that Gyrus looks like. That looks like a bloody good game, that one.
Yeah, I think it's super interesting because now we've been here for a while. We've seen some of these games around, but now we actually get to play them, which is good in itself. We've got gameplay now, so we can actually evaluate a lot better some of these different games rather than just documentation or pseudo-anonymous teams.
Yeah, oh man,
anything to do with Marvel, World of Warcraft, Star Wars.
Well, that's the thing. Like Tuesday's event, we actually had John playing Contention, and then we had Yippee playing. Sorry, not Yippee. We had Mr. Rudy playing on his game, Ice Chain, and then we had the two lads from Metagates. That's the third time they've been on stage. It's going to be a chance that we can get games in more often. Tuesday we've got DeFi Land as well. So this is going to be a way that we might actually be able to get a couple of assets for our vault and actually start hiring those out to community members, to Grape members.
Yeah, man, power to the people. Let's do it.
I
see you're running the Solana gaming council.
I'm just going to reset my Discord. Give me one sec.
All right, gentlemen, while we wait, how's everyone's day or week been going so far? Give us a shout in live questions.
But Metagates, they're starting to do their marketing stuff up now, so they're starting to get ready to do a bit of a launch and start pushing into the public eye. So they're getting ready, doing all the modeling up now. So
have the poos shot up in price?
Not yet. Still, they're pretty stealth. They're not moving too well at the moment, but it's because no one knows about. They've done no advertising. But early. I think it's coming.
They're definitely
real good.
It's definitely. I don't think they're going to shoot up in price. So if it's a chance for you to get into the game, so what they're talking about with Metagates, you can actually buy 2 of the poos and turn that into 1 of the game crystals. So you can actually get into the game for under 3-ish Solana. Big mints this weekend, though. There is lots to talk about quickly before we get Yippee on for talking about Ramon online. So they mint in six or so hours. That's 1600 UTC. But other big mints to watch this week I have mentioned is Guild Saga sold out. Did you get in that metaverse?
I wanted to, but I missed it. I set an alarm. I missed it. I wasn't even in the whitelist. So I was like, you know what? I'm not going to chase it. I'm happy. And now you can even buy on secondary market for a little bit less than mint price, can't you?
Yeah, I haven't had a look at it. So Libra's saying, Libra's saying it's down. But then that's the buy flip mentality of Solana, isn't it?
Yep, that is. I'm like I said, I've done a bit of research into what kind of minter I am, what kind of NFT collector I am, and I've identified I am now a secondary market person. I don't go straight away into the initial minting, because the chances of you actually retaining value and keeping value is super low, maybe like 20-30% if you hit the right one. So I'm gonna go and wait for all these people to finish flipping, and then I look at the holder balances. I look at the number on exchanges, and I see which one still has a great community that's still around. They don't talk about price much, but they're still building, and those are the ones that I look at to do in secondary market.
Yeah, I know Dean Machine talked about that a long time ago. Was he buys off secondary, but I mean for us in Australia, secondary is a good option because it's such a dog shit time, isn't it, for us to get up for a lot of these mints?
Yeah, the mint times just don't work. Like yes, you want to wake up and do it, but you just stayed up for nothing.
Exactly. But a lot of times, like the ones I've been in that I've got on the pre-secondary market, and I've made a killing on them. That except for Solana, I should have fucking not thought that one.
Oh, it was still went above, but I don't know. See, we've got Dot Shade as well as another big one, and there was something else I was watching. Roguestar, they actually put theirs behind. So O'Brien's on the Savage Apple. Right? Yeah, I still haven't had Sailor Jerry's. Yeah, it's a interesting event. Like I think over the next month we've got heaps. Gyrus is coming this week, and I'm really keen to talk to them again. So being the the Aussie metaverse gaming franchise, media franchise. I don't know if everyone's seen their website. Is worthwhile having a look at as well for Gyrus. So as an Aussie, it's cool to see more Australian teams building, but they've got a pretty thick background to like the history of the team and that and what they're doing.
I'm trying to look at the website right now.
It's super cool intro. So what these are actually guys that are building out. They've got an Australian company and they'll do the raise there, and 7.5% goes to their PNG. He's been working in a not-for-profit in PNG for over 10 years. So 7.5% goes to that, 7.5% goes to the DAO, and then the rest goes towards paying the team. So that is pretty cool. Like it's interesting to see. Oh, look at that, Stixon getting on the Stonewood. It's interesting. These guys, are friends for over 20 years. They had a band, an Australian band and stuff. So I'm definitely keen to see that get about. So they'll mint. I don't think they're minting in the next week, though. I think they're like a couple of weeks away. But did anyone have a look at Remnants over the last week and a half, 2 weeks? We had them last week, didn't we?
Yeah. I wanted to buy an NFT, but same situation as me before. I can't stomach that 8 Solana floor price at the moment, so I'm gonna wait. I'm not in a rush.
So you waited a week. Do you want to know what they are at the moment, Metaverse?
Probably a lot higher.
Yeah, 20, 21 Solana.
Oh shit!
And the camps are going on 10 Solana.
Oh man!
So they were at Grape last week. Yeah, they've got a heap of stuff saying. So I mean, it's really cool to get games in here that are pumping. Same as always though, DYOR. Make sure you're not just following those sexy grey bearded Aussies. Have a bit of a look around. Do the research, but this is one of the beauties. I think we can pretty much bring Yippee on stage if he's here. It's still listening, I should say, but he wouldn't have gone anywhere. But we're softening up the stage enough. There was actually one really cool thing which I didn't mention. Grapewind did something pretty fucking awesome this week. Metaverse. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Oh!
How cool is this, eh? Yeah.
Yeah. So those who don't know, the Grape NFT marketplace is now live. This is a unique marketplace. It actually allows for you to keep custody, to my knowledge. I can't read the code, so I can't verify that, but I'm sure the developers at Grape know what they're doing. So yeah, you can try it out. You can make an offer on any NFT that you see up there. They've got heaps of plans to try and make it so that you have a feed yourself, so you can follow different people. And if you want, you can just see who's following you and give them an NFT if you want. I'm going to try and get the website for you guys so y'all can see. Have you tried it out, Bundog or Sixon?
Yeah, I've been on there. I've loaded in. I can't work out how to unload my Phantom wallet to load up my Soleil. But it looks clean. Yeah, it's definitely non-custodial. So you can actually have people can put... I've got a rusty boot while I'm trying to talk. People can put an offer on your NFT. You actually don't need to list your NFTs. You can just have your wallet there. People can follow you. and then go, oh, look, Barndog's got 15 Zulanas. Maybe he doesn't want to have them. Let's offer him 1.4 Solana.
It's good. I don't know if any other people that have that at the moment.
Fractal is non-custodial, I believe. So with Fractal's a funny one.
They?
So you can actually continue to play with the asset you own. And
While you have it listed.
Yeah, while you have it listed. So that's the only one I know of. Obviously, Magic Eden and Solana aren't the same.
Ooh. So as for the UI for the Grape, it is pretty minimalistic. I'm sure they'll upgrade it as time goes on. But as a beginning, like MVP working product, it's pretty good, you know.
I'm just trying to find. I've got it on one of my tabs.
But yeah, I haven't tried it yet. I've been a bit slack lately.
Look, it's honestly hard. I haven't gone hardcore into researching it just based on the fact is I don't do a lot of auction house shit.
I should be getting back in amongst them all now. The house is done. It's been a pain in the ass.
Oh, it's good the house is done. Let's send an invite to Mr. Yippee. Where is he on stage? Welcome along, everyone. What have we got on stage at the moment? 31. So I'm actually going to do prize a little bit differently. He's got his hand up. Awesome, awesome. I'm going to do prize a little bit differently. So the Tuesday event, Grape Gaming Day, and I'll just invite you up, Yippee. I'll just finish this little bit of a chat. But Grape Gaming Day is going to be based around us bringing back people many, many times to stage. You see, if you follow the Solana Gaming Saturdays, we've had people in 3, 4, sometimes 5 times over the last 6 months. You know, we've been doing this over 5 months now. And it's amazing to be able to bring these games that are still building and haven't rugged our community. So I want to highlight that more. I definitely want to get games in on a regular occasion, and I'm hoping to be able to get donations from those games to be able to do things and give them to us in the Solana Gaming Vault. And then with that Solana Gaming Vault, we get crowd to either game test, to play, to do things like that. Potentially even for members like for tonight. I could do it tonight, but I want to hold on to it, right? So for tonight, I've got 1 pair of sneakers in a Solana Gaming Vault. So what that means is that pair of sneakers for Step M was donated to Great Protocol for some work that we did. And they're locked to that particular wallet for 3 months. But I can actually give a verification code. They don't need an email password, and people can use those sneakers, and they could earn 5.6 GST for 10 minutes of walking in a day. So if you do the math on that, that's about $13 US. That's actually pretty cool, right? Like I could donate that as a prize for a week, and a person could earn that amount of money every day for 10 minutes a day. This is something that we can start to integrate with a lot of other Web 3.0 tooling coming out. We're talking heavily with a team from Cardinal. I've got contacts now at IQ Protocol, which are amazing for a lot of games. And I'm going to try to get these games here. And what we need is the support from the crowd. You know, these events, these Saturday nights, we get these games in. I've been talking again with Zoe from Chainmyth. I'm going to get him back. He wants to get us at Grape to do a playtest. On Tuesday, we had John from Gamerplex. And John's different because he's actually got a Melbourne server for contention. So that would actually be cool for us Aussies on a Saturday night. We could easily get 6 to 8 people and actually play the game and test it. So it's going to be a really cool way where we're actually playing these games. We've talked about it for ages. You guys have been listening to my voice for a long time. Metaverse 6, and we've all been here from the start. But it's going to be a way that we can reward the crowd with maybe game testing. So Eyes Per Chain gave us 6 NFTs. You can go and check solanagaming.sol, and you can actually see with that the domain name. That'll send you to the wallet. I'll link it out if need be. Actually, I can link it out. We got 4 rare characters for Eyes Per Chain. They were donated, not just for the fact they came into one show, but we want to do some work with them. I'd love to build a team of Eyesperians? I don't know. Eisper. For the chain.
It's a tough name to say.
It's fucking tough, isn't it? For the Eisper. So we've got 4 of the main characters. And what are those gold? What do they do? I don't know. I've got some. I'm going to be playing the game. But, you know, we've got some in the game. And it's going to be a way that instead of just talking about these games, instead of just doing click to earn, we're going to be playing games, right? Shit is going to pop off in the next 2 to 3 months. and potentially, we're leading the Gaming Council Metaverse asked me about earlier. There is absolutely help required. I see one of them in the crowd today. God's Love. Was he in the crowd now? So people are putting their hands up and starting to help and stuff, and it's awesome to see. But I'll pop straight into it. Yippee, welcome to stage, Yippee.
Hey guys, happy to join the crowd. I mean, it's so nice. It's so good to finally have a proper chat with you, Bandog. I mean, we've been in contact for probably close to a month or even more, and then finally, I get to come on stage proper with you. Speaking to Sixin and Metaverse.
Hello, mate. Pleasure to meet you.
Welcome to stage, mate. Welcome.
Where is it? Sorry, I'm just trying to get my tabs in. So, yeah, definitely welcome along, Yippee. So, you did say you're a little bit crook today. I'm not sure whether you've got corona at the moment, but you're going to have a really busy 24 hours, probably 48 hours coming up. You guys go to launch in like 6 more hours, don't you?
Yeah, so we're actually going to launch in 1800 hours UTC. So that's around six and a half hours to be exact. For whitelisters, it's going to be 30 minutes in advance. And so we are actually expecting, the way we did it was we planned the whitelist such that, at least 2,000 mints will actually go to the public. So hopefully, people can, the public can actually get involved in us as well as we treat it as a way to market our product out as well.
Yeah, so with the whitelist, Yippee, you're saying you've got 2,000 out, total mint 5,000. Can you get 3 per whitelist? Is that right? You can actually get 3 tokens?
Yep. But looking at how the whitelisting when the last few mints, we realized that whitelisters actually don't really. Percentage of whitelisters who actually mint in the end is actually a lot lower than expected, at least on Magic Eden.
Yeah, but just because we're on this topic, Botborgs over minted, so they oversubscribed and they lost meat. I talked a lot about Botborgs before that, but they oversubscribed. I woke up at some fucking ungodly hour to do the mint, and they had I think it might have been a 6-hour window for the whitelist, but they sold out in an hour, I think it was. And because that oversubscribed by 20 to 30%, it meant that people like myself that was genuinely interested in the project had no chance to get into it. So that's a bit of a balancing act then, I guess. If you've done 2,000, potentially it could sell out. But we were just talking about Guild Saga before. I'm not sure if you heard. That sold out at whitelist, but doesn't necessarily mean that's for the better, is it, if it's now under floor?
Yeah, that's true. So hopefully, our gamble is actually true, and we have at least 2,000 for the public, or at least some.
Not take us.
So you guys came onto the scene pretty strong, realistically, with how it all worked, Yippee. So MMORPG, you guys had a wicked cinematic video, and do you want to just give us the quick 5 minutes? What is Ramon Online?
Yeah, so Ramon Online is actually a MMO that's built on Solana. I think one thing that's really special and, I want everyone to take away, it's we are actually implementing a free-to-play portion to it as well. We don't just want people who own NFTs to be exclusive to the game. We want people who have never touched, who are not familiar with crypto, who are not familiar with our product, kind of test it out themselves, as well as contribute to the entire community as a whole. So we see ourselves as an on-ramp for not just crypto users, non-Solana users, but also potentially non-crypto users onto the space.
And when you say MMORPG, so far the video play, what engine are you building on? Is it going to be Unreal 4? Is that the idea? I look at
Yeah.
your team list, and you've got a lot of Unreal experience. Really, in Unreal 3 was the most experience I've seen.
Yeah, so actually our developer is it's actually pretty. I mean, a lot of the stuff that we've built on so far is actually on Unreal 4. I mean, the difference isn't that much between Unreal 3 and 4. So it's actually pretty portable over to Unreal Engine 4. But I would say less of Unreal Engine 5.
And then, so MMORPG, are we talking World of Warcraft? Is that what we're looking at? Is the baseline aim?
Yep, yep. I mean, of course, we wouldn't be targeting as big as their scale, but we think we can actually with how the entire development expenses and cycles reducing over the past few years when it comes to available engines in the market, etc. It's actually, I would say, I think we can actually do pretty good stuff in terms of our development spend and resources with what's available in the market now.
So I guess
Yippee, I just want to ask you,
Yep.
just looking at your team over there. So Glow is your game developer.
Yes.
A triple A. You're aiming for a triple A kind of title, which is a MMORPG. Typically, for this kind of endeavor, you'd need a lot more developers behind you. So your team right now consists of about 7 people. What are your plans to actually scale this up and deliver this? Because one person can't code an entire game. Everyone else has level design or blockchain development. What are your other plans there?
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe I can just correct you. I don't think we are planning to be a triple A kind of title. I think in terms of if you want to achieve that, minimally, you need at least 10 million or more worth of dev budget, and then probably another 50% in terms of marketing. I think at the scale we are looking at, we're potentially looking at more like a triple I equivalent. And I think there's a couple of things, when it comes to resources, development budgets that you can potentially look at for in today compared to 5-10 years ago. I think the availability of engines, there's a couple of like MMO engines that's actually out there that actually helps reduce a lot of the development cycle. I think secondly, with the likes of Unreal and Unity, a lot of I would think of gaming as becoming, or rather creating of games becoming what I call a commodity. It's actually a lot. I mean, building a game is not as difficult as it is, compared to like 10 years ago, where like you have to code everything from scratch. These days, a lot of it's less code intensive. So you actually spend, you can actually cut out a lot on coding. So that's you don't have to worry about building your own engine, which a lot of MMOs actually did, more than 10 years back. So I think all in all, the kind of resources that we can expect is not going to be like your 50, 100 people, any longer. We are actually going to be looking potentially at like 20-ish max. And I think, one of the questions you asked is how are we going to scale up? So I think that's a really good question. So the way we thought about it was right now we are actually bootstrapping on a really, really small team. But going forward, after the mint, we actually, with funding and everything, we actually want to at least scale up to 10 to 12 staff over the next 2-3 months. We head into another fundraising round, whether it's NFTs, whether it's token issuance, where we can actually even scale up further into like 20-30 people. So that's how we are playing it. And for us, this NFT mint is serves 2 purposes. One is to get our name out, just getting people interested. Secondly is to prepare for our game demo, get people that at least a prototype where people can actually play in Q2, get people excited about it before we leverage on that for our further funding. That will probably be in the second half of the year.
You just said something there, get your demo out in Q2. I'm just reading the timeline. Maybe I heard wrong, but you have the demo scheduled at Q4. It's about 9 months away from now.
Sorry, that is more like the alpha, where it's closer to full scale ready
Right.
play. Yeah.
Yep. So the alpha would be in Q4, whereas just like maybe pictures or the Unreal Engine 5 engine images in Q2.
No, so yes, you are right, and as well as we hope to link people up where they can actually play the game itself play something in Q2, experience a shorter, I'll say a smaller portion of the game, where we are looking at potentially 30 minutes to 2 hours worth of play time.
I see. I see.
Yeah.
So going on to the fact of team scaling up, realistically, you need this to sell out to be able to scale the team up, Yippee, to be able to actually produce anything. So am I right on that? You're important. It is a big mint.
It is, but I think we also as well. So if let's say Mint doesn't go that well, I think one of the things that we can be certain of is when it comes to the demo, it's already funded. We have already budgeted that in whatever expenses that we expect. The only issue is when it comes to scaling up. We can't do this beyond a game demo with just 5 people actively working on it. We need like more than what we have. So that would there's actually a risk that if let's say we don't get a second round of funding in a second round of NFT sale and people don't like our demo in Q2, they decide not to purchase support us any longer in NFTs in second half, then that could be a potential risk for the project. But like every other projects that actually start, there's always risk at the early stage, and I think as a project we are actually highlighting all these risks up front as well.
What are you getting when you actually mint? What do you get for your mint?
Yeah, so what you're actually minting is actually what you call a founder's pass. So essentially what this is like every other pre-launch type of games that you see in the market, a proof of early support, which includes substantial utility rewards that you can use in game. You get a batch of tokens that if once the game is completed, you actually get airdrop the tokens. Whether you want to use it in game or whether you want to sell it, that's up to you. And then I think depending on the tier you're getting, so we actually split it into 3 different tiers. So the first tier will, for instance, get $100 worth of token. Second, $200 worth of token, and then the last $1,000 worth of tokens. But I think more importantly, for all these users, they are the only ones who get access to all our early built prototypes. They are also people who would permanently have a founder's badge, which is something that will be evident in game. And then they are the people who will get access to things like special skins in game, as well as governance on, as well as things like faction log sheet if you are one of the lucky ones who managed to get the top tier of our founders pass.
Yeah, nice. And what's the mint price?
The mint price is 2 SOL, and we are looking at 5,000 supply for our upcoming mint.
Yeah, it's a good entry price. Like that is, and currently Solana's sitting at $90. So you're looking at, this is a very important price we talk about with a lot of other games. That's around 180 entry price. That is pretty cool. I think that is around 12 months of World of Warcraft subscription. So that's a really cool way of
one gold pass in Battlefield 2042, which fucking sucks.
Yeah. Many other games are going at the 150 to the 180 marker. So it does sound cool. And we've seen many other games that have done this utility token. But the difference is this utility token, the user pass, has 3 rarities, and that's going to really greatly. There was quite a difference there. You're saying, Yippee, with the USD 100, 200, and the legendary. The top 5% get 1,000 USD worth of tokens.
The rares, how many legendaries are in there? The 5,000 mint, is there like
5%.
how many total can you?
So what's that?
It's about
250.
5%.
Oh, just 5%.
And
I thought it was
the
5% chance of
second
getting
one
one.
would, yeah, there's a 5% chance. And the second tier would be, around 20%.
So, important things we didn't talk about, Yippee. Obviously, we've gone into the price, the sale, the team needs it to continue to production. It's good that saying that you've got enough to be able to get the demo out. That's important. The team's budgeted well, and you're going to want to be able to scale up. What about the team, though? Let's go into the team. The core team, 2 co-founders. It's yourself and I've forgotten your main your co-founder.
Yep. So my co-founder, I mean, maybe I can just give an introduction on both of us. So my co-founder is actually a senior executive who's currently still working in a game studio. Actually, a pretty dominant one. Top 10 global. So she's actually not, I would say,
She's not doxed. So this is it's important. Like
sorry, yeah.
With the doxing side of things, I'm not too stressed about the doxing side of things. But when a production company comes out and says she's in a top 10 gaming position or she's in a top 10 company, but how do we know that if they're not doxed? So is that not giving us information that's unimportant in effect?
Yep. So I think for this, so she actually docs with Magic Eden. So all this information, whatever she's representing herself, is actually shared with Magic Eden.
And those requirements in the last 2 weeks became quite severely different, didn't they, at Magic Eden?
Yeah. So maybe I can just spend a bit of time on the process now. I'm not sure what was the previous process, but right now the kind of process we went through. So both founders had to go through KYCs. Both founders had to show that they had accounts at FTX and are verified at FTX or Crypto.com. Both of us have to go on video and actually speak to the team itself, or at least see them eye to eye through VC. Both of us also have to share our profiles with them.
Yeah, that's important information, and I think should be highlighted because obviously Magic Eden got a bit of the wooden stick of the recent month with a lot of rugs, a lot of problems, a lot of NFT projects and stuff. So it's important to highlight just because they're not doxed to the open public. Things are changing within the ecosystem. We're demanding more, aren't we? From as a consumer base, because that's what we are. We're a consumer base. Very cool. So what have yourself and Sticks? So, Nix, sorry.
Nix, yeah.
Nix. So, what of top 10 in what was it Nix is actually working with?
So I think that the name we can't really, the company we can't really review it at this point of time because for her she's actually not, she's doing it like part time while she's on her job. So there's a bit of conflict. We can't share that, detail at the point of time.
I think one piece of advice I would give to Magic Eden at the moment is, like as Barnog was saying, we need a way to find out that you guys have actually verified. There's a team section. They've improved their minting page. There's a team section which says Nix and Yippee, but it doesn't say at all that you guys have actually verified yourself with them. So that's something I'm going to take it up with them.
I think if you screw up, there's actually I think there's a logo that says it's docked. Team is privately docked.
Ooh, I don't see this.
Yeah, if you screw up the
oh yeah, doxed. Yeah, team is privately doxed. Oh, I do see it. Okay.
I don't know. I missed that too. And that's why it's important to bring it up. People are going to ask the question, are they doxed? It's a very blind question. You need to have a little bit of extra information behind it. Is if you're on Magic Eden and you're on their prime time slot, it's 1800 UTC. Is it 18 or 16? Sorry.
1800.
Yeah, so that's the prime. That's the prime time slot. It's just under 6 hours now, 5 hours 51 minutes. It's super important. So obviously then, good tokenomics. Let's go into a little bit about the game utilities. There was originally 2 tokens listed on the white paper, but is there just one token, that the ROI?
Yep. So initially we thought of having it. I mean, it was quite early for token planning. Initially, we wanted to have 2 tokens. One where it's to manage inflation. But after having discussions with a lot of different investors, consulted a couple of people, it's quite clear that the fundamental reason back when people wanted to have a dual token system, back in 2018, 2017 was a lot of it was to do with SEC regulations. People were kind of worried back then, but I think going forward, people are starting to question it, because when it comes to tokens, like you want your team to be fully aligned to you in whatever you have. And the idea of having a separate token where one's just governance driven and then one's actually utility driven, that just doesn't seem to work anymore. So we are actually planning to transit over to a single token system instead, where the team is fully aligned. Token holders don't just earn from it, but they also have governance rights at the same time. So it's actually a pretty merit system.
Can you just elaborate on that? You were saying that the tokens that have like dual tokens, it doesn't work for them, one with utility, one with governance. Can you give me an example or your rationale behind this?
Yeah, so I mean, I think when you invest in a project, right? Okay, let's talk about XC. XC has one that's the governance, and then one is I think SLP, which is basically what you earn out of the game and what you can actually spend to create more of those NFTs. I think the difference is in those cases, you realize that for instance, SLP is a token that is purely unrelated. That the team doesn't actually own, or their incentive isn't, their motivation isn't, their financial incentive isn't linked to SLP at all, right? Their financial incentive is actually linked to how the governance token does. But in those instances, we realized that when it comes to investors, right, people who actually use it, the actual utility actually comes a lot more in SLP, because SLP is the one that generates your NFTs, is the ones that are actually used in-game a lot more. What you see is an element where SLP prices will just keep tumbling, because it's inflationary in nature, and it's very hard to control, right? Because end of the day, it depends on it depends on whether or not the SLP utilities is able to provide the benefits of the utilities can outweigh the actual inflation.
Supply versus demand.
Supply, correct. Yeah. And if you're a team, like for instance, if you put money,
I'll see if I can get YouTube working then, because
our governance
I
token,
can't.
my focus would be, and we are not aligned to the SLP equivalent. End of the day, our incentive would just to be protecting the value of the governance token, rather than ensuring that we balance the the economy well enough such that everyone benefits and we ultimately benefit as well. So that's the idea that we had, and which is why we are actually gradually shifting back towards a single token approach.
All right. A few points that I didn't quite understand, but I'm happy to move on. Thank you very much for the response.
Sorry, did you say there's a few points you wanted to chat on as well, Metaverse?
Not at the moment. I'm happy with the response. Thanks, Yippee. I don't quite agree, but thank you.
I like that, Yippee, you've actually got a bit of experience working in the Philippines, haven't you, during the time when Axie got pretty big, and you saw that happen firsthand?
Yeah, so I mean, I actually worked back in digital infrastructure. So what you call your boring fiber, your data centers, and your mobile networks sector. And during that time, especially a space like Philippines or even many other developing markets, um, during the period of COVID, that's where all these play-to-earn games actually got really popular. And in that space, what I saw was Xe really coming on and people really getting really interested in that. But at the same time, when I tried it, right, it was I wasn't convinced that people beyond financially driven motives would actually be keen. I also had a couple of questions around the sustainability beyond just those users. That's where I started thinking about, hey, should we consider other approaches where people can potentially be on-ramped or onto this platform? It could be new gamers, it could be new crypto gamers, it could be non-crypto users. The idea is to basically look at a way to sustainably grow it rather than just relying on a lot of financial engineering and yeah. So that's where I really got interested. And I think my experience comes in really handy because if you think of like MMOs, right, the biggest portion apart from like development budgets is actually maintaining the network. I mean, it's actually really costly to actually run a MMO, whether it's dedicated servers or even like cloud servers when it comes to like load balancing, things like that. So that experience would actually come in pretty handy, coupled with my co-founder Nick's experience in developing games and running in a pretty good publisher.
So we've asked a whole lot of questions about the team. We've gone deep tokenomics, not deep. We've only got a half an hour time slot, so it's very hard to get deep in half an hour. Just give us a rough gameplay loop of what might be early towards maybe the end of this year, the beginning of next year. What can we MMORPG that might be similar to World of Warcraft? What can we actually expect to play? The trailer's amazing. You've got basic talks about the token and getting a loop for that. But what's the kind of game going to be, Yippee?
Yeah, so I can share with you what we're actually building with the demo, at least, because I think the storyboards and everything are is pretty much settled. So I think that the gameplay that you can expect in Q2 would be the storyline would be one where it's about retaking an army camp against the orc group. So if you look at our Twitter, we actually have a picture of the orc. That's actually something that would be the boss that you eventually be fighting. And then also,
so is this going on to your white paper? You've got like you had a really detailed group. You would do like a dungeon, and then you would do raids, and you would do the bigger raids, which was like getting Thunder Fury for World of Warcraft.
Yeah, so this would be part of the first raid actually. I think it's just to get people to have a flavor, of what they can expect in the actual game, and then yet at the same time get a bit excited. There's orcs and there's all these interesting themes that are coming up.
I was just watching the little demo. If that's the one you were talking about, and live questions at the moment. It looks pretty good. Looks very smooth so far.
Yeah, they've got a heap on their Twitter as well. I'm just cycling through them for people on YouTube. Apologies for people chatting on YouTube. I didn't realise that the chat's been fucked for me all night, so I've just got that reset. So you've got a fair bit of gameplay with the dev tools, and you're saying that was UE4. It does look fairly clean. You can see different actions, QERT, different, it must be item slots, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It doesn't look bad, and this is the thing, is that we don't get to hear enough about the actual game. So when you say Q2 potentially for beta testers, people going into the mint that's happening in 6 hours, that's they might be able to beta test and help with development of the game. Is that what you're aiming for, or just people purely to play for half an hour a week type stuff?
Yeah, so I think number one is we want to showcase that, there's actually a product that's coming up and we want people to have a flavor of it. I think secondly, for us, we are actually going to kind of keep it as, I would say as close, a small group as possible, where, along the way, we would actually share a lot more, content and information on what's going on and what we are building with the community. And I think, through that space, we're actually going to, think of ways where we can engage them, whether it's through asking them what's their view on, how we should think about this, about implementing certain features and things like that. So, being part of the community is really important in how we actually eventually plan out eventually execute the actual development of the game.
I like it. We are. I think we are approaching on that half hour, Yippee, and I know you were pretty quick coming into it. I'm still happy. It's funny. It's a funny situation. Like, I did a lot of research before the event. I put them on video a month ago. It was one of the last research videos I've done. It's very hard to do a lot of these research videos, get really good content in 15, 20 minutes of maybe an hour and a half of research. I read the white paper, looked through it, and it looks promising. I really love the fact you guys are coming in at 1.8 to 2 Solana. And I've listened to other Twitter spaces that you've done, and you've done a lot in the last week. You've been a busy man. No wonder you're crook. It's risk. Everything we do in crypto is risk, right? But you guys have been there. Was it something you did recently at, there was a hackathon. Was it Singapore?
Yeah, so we actually presented the project at Singapore. We talked a lot about what we're building. I think it was more around the rental infrastructure that we were trying to kind of get people to, to opine on. So yeah, there was I think about 2 weeks back.
Is this the Singapore Hacker House? Sorry.
Yes, that is the one.
Awesome.
All right, so we've got questions coming around. Yes, where are we? Who was it? Alpha Trader. It is 1.8 for the whitelist, 2 for the main mint. The whitelist had, I believe, around 2,000 people, but you can purchase up to 3 of the access passes. So it could potentially sell out in whitelist. But if you were here last week, you would have got a whitelist, guaranteed. So Sixon didn't give out all of the whitelists last week. This is something we want to change here. We want to big ball this.
Yeah. Pretty well everyone in the crowd got one. We didn't have enough people in the crowd.
So we absolutely want to change this in the crowd, right? Obviously, we don't do massive prizes all the time, but to me, a whitelist could potentially be a massive prize. You've got to listen to the projects. You've got to follow the projects, do the research. I don't care about bringing you guys 50 mint projects a week, because to me, I'm not going to mint them myself. I would rather actually get invested in a team. And I'm going to put it out and say I got my whitelist for Ramon Online. I was in the first 500 or 1,000 or whatever. I get out there. Sometimes I'm in other groups where you get the link, join this group and do that. And had a look. I'll be minting. So I'm not paid to say that. Ramon hasn't donated to Grape. It's awesome to get him on stage. He has donated. He gave us 50 whitelists last week. So it's awesome to get you on stage, Yippee. I really do appreciate it, especially seeing as you're less than 6 hours away from mint. You're feeling crook anyway. Did you have any closing thoughts regarding anything we haven't touched on tonight?
I mean, you guys are probably the most, forefront in terms of gaming projects in Solana. I mean, just hearing what you guys say, it was very clear that you guys are really the experts, right?
Flattery is going to get you everywhere, Yippee.
But yeah, I mean, the way I think about, the whole gaming space not just like Solana, right? That there's, it is an exciting place to be in, but I do think that it's also getting very saturated.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm more on having a balanced view, right? And the way I think about the whole space, as a whole, there's a couple of trends that I think people are starting to realize, but there are also risk factors that people are ignoring. So I think one of the risk factors that I thought I should kind of highlight as well, when you're getting into any gaming space, it's I think regulatory, it's something that, you know, people are still not very aware of in terms of what's going on in the gaming space. I think some countries have already started banning play to earn. Some countries have started banning loot boxes, for instance. So, you know, the whole gaming space will actually become a lot more challenging going forward. So, you know, be kind of, I would say, careful in terms of the projects you choose.
Yep.
Be careful in terms of, you know, projects that actually think about all these concerns, whether they actually thought about how they're going to navigate around all these regulatory environments. So, yeah. And also, I mean, just a last piece of advertisement for my project. It's going to mint in less than, I think, 6 hours. You know, I'm hoping to see some of you. If you guys are, whether it's as a mint supporter, or, you know, just feel free to join us, and, you know, just keep track of our Twitter and our developments along the way. And, you know, you can come in as well at a later stage of the, you know, post mint as well.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
We didn't touch on all the benefits and stuff that are going to happen over time, but it sounds like I like the fact you're in 6 hours beforehand, Yippee. It's awesome. I very much appreciate it. 5.5 hours for the whitelist. A big piece of advice going forward, though, is a half an hour whitelist isn't good enough. And I'm going to say that very straightforward. It's just not good enough. It could be 12 hours. Give your Aussie brothers a bit of a chance, because that's going to be my 4 a.m. and the missus is going to absolutely fucking smash me for it.
Yeah, it's 2 a.m. for me too. It's awful.
Yeah, it's super awesome to see whitelists. DFL's been one of the only ones. So DeFi Land did a 12-hour whitelist window. You've got to, like, I don't know why Magic Eden don't realise this. They should be doing, Magic Eden, that should be them telling you to do that, not the community have to say, well, hang on, think about the fact this is a 24-hour process. Europe, Australia, you know, Southeast Asia is in different time zones than America. It's kind of silly in a way.
Gotcha.
But, dude, fuck, good luck, first and foremost. Hopefully you get a mint sellout. If Guild Saga can. I think Guild Saga wasn't bad. I don't want to talk down for Guild Saga. I think they had some Guild gameplay. It's more pixelated art and stuff. This is completely different. But you're only going for a 5,000 mint. And I've sent my stuff across. I'm using a burner for everybody. Even though I'm going to Magic Eden, it's funny. A lot of the mints I've done on Magic Eden, I haven't used burners just through being lazy. But it's a very good process to be used to. Magic Eden was shut down 2 weeks ago for all the dramas with the people rugging and all of that. Use burners, get used to it. It's important for it. Be safe in crypto, be safe in all of it. But Yippee, again, thank you very much. Do I have any great members, A class, B class, want to come up? Otherwise, I think we've answered most. There was one other question. Where was it? Wasn't on YouTube. Sorry, I'm looking at 3 different screens. Might have got past it, but that's all right. Yippee, thank you very much, sir. You have a good mint.
Thank you.
Try and get a couple hours rest.
Guys.
Try and get a couple hours rest before it, my man, because it's going to be a crazy 48 hours.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me on.
I saw
Oh, good, man.
Nick's in the crowd as well. She snuck in.
Ooh.
Yeah,
She was observing.
it's good.
All right,
I like it.
I'll see you guys later.
Thank you, Yippee. Good luck, and be safe, and hopefully take some extra vitamins.
Will do. Ciao.
Vitamin D.
You love the vitamin D. He talked about loot boxes,
who doesn't?
Sixon. He talked about loot boxes.
You
And
lost me there.
I was just going to go.
I hate the loot boxes.
But it's a very funny thing here about loot boxes, right? This is very... Loot boxes came into Step N this week.
Yeah,
Oh, that's a
different to Step
content-
N, but loot boxes and mobile gaming's fucking ruined it. NPC gaming also, I hate them.
Do you have to buy these loot boxes, or do you earn them? There's a big difference, I think.
Yeah, it's with Step N it's the mystery box they call it, but think of it as a loot box. But you can only have 4 sitting in your vault, and if that fills up, then you have to gem. I call it gem because Clash of Clans, right? So you got to gem a loot box to then open up a spare slot to do your next run. So it's a system where you're boosting. I've got to get used to the right terminology, but you boost a mystery box, open it up, and you might actually get nothing. People in the first day boosted their mystery boxes because they had no luck on their they got one, but they had very low luck, and they got nothing. They spent 50 GST. That was like $130 at the time, and got nothing.
So that's the chance you play with.
Yeah, it's gamified it. Holy shit, it's gamified it. And like I said, I spent more money today on an NFT than I ever have. And
more than some people's cars.
Yeah, I'd said to the missus out, so I went out there and said I just bought a car.
It's fucking disgusting.
But this says a lot about how powerful it is, right? We're all we're all used to gaming. So when something's gamified for us, we don't mind spending enough money for a car, like enough money for an NFT that is a car. Like, people don't think about it like that. It's very powerful.
Also comes down to what it cost you. So everybody listening into the stage now, we've got people in YouTube, we've got people in Discord live here at Grape. I've got a different risk level to everybody. And I can get very real. I came out of bankruptcy at the end of 2020. So I've been through the standard mining life cycle of a bad marriage, divorce, separation, bankruptcy. So I've been to the bottom. I couldn't care if I went back to the bottom. I know what makes me happy in life. And what I'm doing right now actually makes me pretty fucking happy. I get to talk to awesome people. Yeah, well, you went in the crypto scheme of things. This is only my second year in crypto, but my Solana owes me $28 a coin. I was in early at the start of last year. I needed to get out of World of Warcraft, started doing crypto gaming. Very, very funny turn of events. 6 months later, I'm streaming for Solana gaming. But I'm a gamer, so, my risk level is different, but I also know if all of my money went belly up in crypto, I can go and work in an industry in Australia earning 200,000 Australian dollars a year, right? So I don't want to go down the whole, this is what I can do, but my risk level is different than people in a different country. And what I really hope that we can get is good advice for people. So Step N has been a fucking amazing game, but I can see that there's a breed pattern. There's 5 levels of sneakers, and at the moment the 3rd level's available. And I tried to breed it out, had some dramas with my own breeds. It didn't work, and I'm like, fuck, I'm just going to buy one. And I did. Today I bought a rare sneaker.
But isn't that a problem though? I don't follow it closely, but if you can't breed your sneaker, isn't there something they need to fix?
No, so when I'm saying I had problems with the breed, I bred the common and an uncommon sneaker 5 times and got a uncommon sneaker box once. So Lady Luck wasn't with me. I did a video this week, and I call it the 30% effect. The video is about the mystery boxes, gems, and sockets. And there's a 30% chance if you put 3 level 1 gems into the press, it becomes a level 2 gem. It failed 3 times for me on stream. So it was a cool video, and definitely have a laugh. It's like I did really well. Star Ayush has made some great videos for me, and I had a bit of fun with that at least. But fuck, I lost 13 Solana doing those gems. The gems are destroyed. If it doesn't succeed, you lose 50 GST and 3 gems. They're destroyed.
I reckon they'd put into like a forgiveness or a sorry system. Like after you've had a few failed mints like you have, you should be guaranteed to have a successful mint.
Well, technically, I can go and get 3 more blue gems, and it's got to work. The math tells me that it's got to work.
Like, that's very arcade, like that shit when you break shit when you're building it.
But this is mystery boxes, yes? This is what mystery boxes are. And it's that mystery box effect, gaming. You've got to, in crypto, I guess it's a lot of waffling, but be careful. Make sure you understand if you're going to risk 50 GST and 3 gems and a mint that's a 30% chance, it's a fucking degenerate play.
That's like, odds are against you on that.
Yeah, of course. And that's the 30% effect. And it's like, I did the math and the gems were selling at 16. So I thought, well, if I did 3 and 2 of them failed and my 3rd one worked, then I was okay with that risk. Then I might have spent 12 compared to 16. But instead, I spent 13 because the small ones were up in value because I'd bought a heap, and they had all failed. I had fucking nothing. I was holding my dick in my hand, like it's like, what do I do now? But this is blockchain gaming. Like I still really enjoyed the actual event, right? Did that dampen my feeling on Step In? Absolutely not. I'm an adult. I'm in gaming. I'm streaming this shit, right? I'm playing it every single day of the week. But be careful. It's crypto. It's money. So if you don't have that kind of money, sometimes it might be better to sell it. Sometimes it might be better to flip it, give it to a friend. I worked something out today. Even you couldn't move gems around at the moment, but I even worked that out today. There's so many things in these games that are coming out in Solana gaming. I was going to say, degenerate risk. We've got a 500 Solana Great Protocol syndicate. What if we, send our first horse Gen 0 into a race and we lose? There's risk everywhere in this gaming because it's worth money.
Well, your horse is not destroyed, though.
No, it's not destroyed.
Unless it breaks its fucking legs. Yeah, I think it needs a sorry system or a forgiveness system or whatever you want to call it.
Oh, I was sorry. Don't worry about that.
I would have been sorry. I would have went out back and cut myself.
Oh, I had to actually pause the video, stop recording, go out of the room, get a drink, come back, and work out how I was going to stream that later. It was a good. I actually made a really good video, about 8.5 minutes into the mystery box video for Step In for people listening. We've got a lot of the Step In audience in here, so I'm definitely having fun. I don't want to go too much into it. We've got an AMA on tonight, but there's so much happening in gaming at the moment. This year is going to be a really big year. Be careful. Do lots of mints. We had crypto straps on stage Friday. Metaverse, did you know much about them?
Yeah. They. I remember I first saw them when they gave Grape their Grapified crypto strap, which looked pretty cool. And generally, I was attracted to the protocol, to the project because of the gun nature of it. But I heard the interview, and I'm keeping an eye on them. They're on my list.
The artwork is amazing. I love it.
The artwork, and there's going to be gun nuts and Sixon. He goes to the local shooting range and stuff, and like we've got other friends. Yeah, it's a different, as Aussies. It's not as we had Port Arthur, and we kind of laugh at the Americans and the dramas they have there. But oh no, what Star you got there? Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I have to watch this.
I love it, Star.
Building a validator. It was a
Oh
really.
my god, it's glorious.
It was a really cool building a validator stage and learning about that part of Solana. Let me put this on YouTube. People can't miss this. Oh, it's loading up. It's taking time.
That is hilarious. Well done, Star.
God, why do I have to work? I am sexy.
Perfect color for
I
him.
am sexy.
Why
am I working? What is this?
Highlander, Scottish cankles look.
Yeah, put some hair on that.
God, why do I have to work?
Oh, better
I
yet,
am
hide
sexy.
those legs, Bondog. Jeez.
I am sexy. Why am I working? What is this?
Oh, I'm not working, Star Ayush, but I love it. That is, oh god. I've had my 3 rums tonight. I'm onto the coffee soon. It's wow. Where were we? We haven't shit on Star Atlas Metaverse. You've put up with us every single week. You tried to get out of it this week. Where's Killer Machine? Is he on stage?
Right.
He is. He's been hanging for it all night.
Is he here?
Well,
He's around. I've seen him.
I've seen him, but has he changed fucking pictures? No, he's the poo, isn't he? No, he's logged
Yeah,
off.
he's still
he has got the
maybe
poo
it's not here. I don't see him.
Oh, he's missed his Star Atlas chance. Well, fuck him.
Oh, what a shame.
2 new ships, eh? They're not big ships, though. They were smaller ships.
Yeah, they're small ships. So one of them is the Ogrica Mick, and one of them is the Unibomber. The Unibomber is $35. The Ogrica Mick is, I think, $800 or something like that. $810. They're good prices so far. The Ogrica Mick, the Unibomber is a small addition to the bombing kind of ships that we have only larger ones. And now what we're going to see is a lot of people start diversifying into some of the smaller ships. But I didn't mint any of these ships because they're not in my playstyle, and I'm not into minting any new ships. I'm just going to be buying them from now using my profits. I'm not going to be using new funds to mint. What are you guys doing?
I've got 27 Opal Jets. I think I bought some this
you're
week.
piling them.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm just doing my actually talking about Star Atlas is good because I'm just actually had 2% fuel on my Opal Jets. They eat a lot of fucking hamburgers.
Fucking go on a diet.
I know, right? Go on a fast, you bastards. But I mean, obviously, low market, lower price, everything's dumping. And I did see your 2 videos this week, and it's good. I like that intro from Afia, man. Congratulations, well done.
Yeah. That was actually an intro we did maybe 2 months ago. We just never really gave it any time of day. I still had it in my archives, and I needed a new intro because I could see from the YouTube analytics, like for the time period where my intro usually plays, everyone tunes off. The views drop by 50%, and then it comes right back up to normal viewing range. So I was like, okay, people are sick of the intro. That's how I know I need to get rid of it, or at least change it up a couple of times. But yeah, that intro is pretty cool. Like I said, we had 600 members. We're nearly about to touch 2,000 at the moment. So, people are still interested in Star Atlas. And I say that because, and what you said actually just brings it to my mind. Previously you were unhappy with Star Atlas, but now you're still accumulating ships. Why is that?
Because I'm in crypto. And you've got to be realistic. If it pumps, so Bitcoin pumps, so does the sentiment, so does that. I'm actually, I don't know. If I could have sold all of my shit today, I would have, and bought my sneakers.
Holy shit, Starry-ish.
So, yes. Where's my? This has got to get on YouTube. It's not.
Hey, Starry-ish, you should go look at my Twitter.
That is fantastic. Fucking love it.
That is amazing. Look at those. Look at those fun bag. Look at those hands. They're beautiful.
Oh, what are you doing later, man? I've had a few beers.
It looks like you've got a pair of you've got some clear glasses from the mines on it. See the glass shades on the side.
Yeah. They look like my operating theater glasses.
They do.
I
Yeah,
wonder where you got
they
the
actually
source
do.
image from.
You sent it to him. Don't lie.
Oh, maybe I did. Yeah, they actually look like my operating theater glasses.
Yeah, I get. Look, I'm unhappy with the game overall because of the way the company took it. So that's the bit that really shit on my morale, I guess, would be it. I want to see them holding up against it. They're releasing more ships. I'm not going to go and buy the new ships. I don't see the point in it. And it's interesting seeing you're not going to bother buying them. But it's not that you're not invested. You're still in the game. You're still doing things within your own guild of being a fear. And they're pumping along. The intro was good. For people that are interested for Star Atlas, that are watching this content for Star Atlas, please, by all means. There's 3 big guilds, realistically, you should be looking at. Afia, Interstellar Alliance, and Rome. Rome being Metaverse Nomads.
And don't forget the club, the rich bastards.
Fuck them.
Yeah, fuck them.
If they're going to do backyard deals, they deserve no mention. But, yes, absolutely. No, I mean, you are a very neutral person in this, but it is decentralized. You're going to get barn dog after 3 rums on a Saturday night. I've topped up my ships. Let's buy someone a ship, Sixon. Let's give away a ship.
Sounds good.
So Metaverse gave away a bike. Let's give away an Opal Jet. Shit, how am I going to do this?
Why not an Opal Jet, huh?
No, because I've only got one. So I can.
While you guys work on giving out the prizes, I might read out the roadmap report for February 25. So the first thing, starting off with OpenSea, is that I don't know if people remember, but when Star Atlas initially started with the posters, you could buy some on OpenSea on Ethereum. And this has always been a thorn in their side because, Solana is so much easier, better to handle. So they're still having people who haven't actually claimed any of their assets from the posters. They're still staying there. And so they're trying to reach out to all these different people who bought on Ethereum and either port it over using Wormhole or somehow just drop them the ships. It's been a big problem for them.
Say that again, Metaverse. What's the problem with the wormhole and ships coming across? Was this from the first 5 ships from the posters?
Yeah. So there's no problem with Wormhole. Yes, it did get hacked, but Wormhole's fine. This is from the posters. You know how at first you could buy it on Solana or buy it on Ethereum using ETH on OpenSea. some of those people still haven't ported their posters over to Solana to collect any of their ships or any of their assets that they would have gotten from the posters.
Yeah, see, it was a funny thing back with the coin release. I didn't realize if you bought posters on Solana, you could actually get tokens in. What was that? That fucking the one that was botted and crashed. It was on Binance.
Yeah, I think Paid Network.
Yeah,
that one had a guaranteed allocation. That
But
was
we
my
weren't
life-saving grace.
We weren't told that if we had Solana posters that you could actually go and get guaranteed allocations over there.
Oh, you got to join the DAC, man. That's what it's for.
But you don't have the time. We don't have the time to read all this stuff. Have you found a surprise winner for this jet, Sixon? I'm going to go and buy one. Let's give away a jet. So they were $20, and you were saying that's the second most unloved ship at the moment, Metaverse.
Yeah, I was. But of course, prices changed. Let me just check right now and see. I've linked a few resources in the chat for anyone that's interested in seeing the ship prices and what's the best value at the moment.
Pretty sure I can buy two. Let's give one away. Have we got a winner yet? I see a pick out. And did you pick a class, B class member, Sixon, or who are you going for? So you're giving away the grape. Let's get an AB class member.
Grape.
So this is going to be for an A or a B.
Barndog's Twitter wins the fucking Star Atlas ship.
First one to link Barndog's Twitter. Oh, that's an easy one. So A class, B class member.
Ah, shit, Libra.
Libra.
He's on fire, that man. He's the man. He's always been.
Man, this Fimble air bike is selling. Someone's buying it for $10.60. I'm just gonna put some orders there. If it fills, I'm happy. I can give it away on YouTube so easily. It's $10.
But you got to make sure you say we are not affiliated with and we do not work for Star Atlas.
Yes. I might get in trouble later because, my YouTube video literally says in the first two letters, Star Atlas number 25.
Yeah, we talked about this a couple of weeks ago, and I'm still fucking dirty at them for it. I don't like what they've done with that. They can shut anyone down if they choose to. Send them a cease and desist.
Especially for some of us that have open Solana wallets and faces on videos.
Yeah, but that the way they've worded their project, anything that improves the value of your DAC, that's attention. Every DAC needs attention, right? Except for the club. Fuck the club. So everybody needs it. Everybody needs attention, and by people clicking on you and clicking like, follow, subscribe, that's attention. That's a benefit to you. So the way they worded that was really, really bad. So how do I give away a ship that I've just bought when I've got 27 other ones? Metaverse. What's the clue to that?
Well, just one.
Yeah, if you have your 27 staked, then you can just send the one that's unstaked.
So does that show up by itself in the wallet?
Yeah, it should. Well, if everything's staked, you won't have anything in your wallet.
So Libra, if you can send old Barndog your wallet address, please, sir. My DMs are open on Grape. We'll sort that out after stage. But another one, baby. We'll sort that out so we don't chew up too much more time. But yeah, great. Thank you very much, Sixon. Thank you very much, Libra. Congratulations. At Barndog __ Solana. I changed that recently because I was Clash Barndo. So for people that don't know why I was that, I did Clash of Clans for 4 years and I was streaming that well back before Solana came along. All my videos are still up there. I had one with 10,000 views. But look at that. Libra. That's good. It's cool to give away a prize. So what can you do with that ship? You're likely going to flog it. Where can he flog it, Metaverse?
I'll give you $3 for it.
I'll give you lots of Solana NFTs for them.
DJ and Carl, I can swap you.
Yeah, I actually had a look at theirs. That looks like a slow rug to a medium, not even a medium rug. Poor old.
I didn't buy it. Killer Machine sent it to me to get rid of it because it was cluttering his wallet. Now I've got it. Now I'm trying to get rid of it.
I really liked the guy. He was a nice guy, and we had him here at Solana Gaming. So we had him here at Solana Gaming. And I mean, be careful in crypto. Just because we bring people on stage doesn't mean we're going to always want to buy them ourselves. It doesn't mean that we're trying to, be financial advice and say, look, you should absolutely mint this. Obviously, everybody in crypto has friends that they've got side groups and they're punching each other in the face and saying you should be buying this and stuff like that. But anything I bring to stage is normally going to be games and projects I genuinely think have got a good chance. But I've been rugged. Everyone's lost money. If you've been in the system long enough, Sixer might have minted 7 now, seeing as he's finally got onto the pyramid scheme of Step N.
Yeah, I've only been rugged. Well, not really rugged. The Alpha Blues and Solana, I consider a rug to me. They've lost so much fucking value.
So what do you reckon with that, though? They pumped on the announcement of their red getting more tokenomics, which was always going to happen because they burnt.
The Reds are still up, but the Blues are fucking trash.
No, the Reds are down now, aren't they?
Oh, I haven't even looked then. I haven't looked. I stopped looking at Solana. I'm angry at them.
So I noticed the DeFi land tokens were down.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because there's increased utility due to the watering of your seed, but the token is still going down. So obviously there's a higher supply than there is a demand. Is there an unlocking of the private seed tokens at the moment, or something happening?
No, I think they locked the private seeds for longer. They actually locked them longer. And yeah, the floor's at 1.9 at the moment for the Reds.
Oh, so they're down too. Bugger. They used to be at 2.2 last time I looked.
No, they've been under for a while. So, I mean, they did do their PFPs this week. Do we know what the PFPs actually do? I think you got rare ones, didn't you?
Yeah, I think everyone got 2 rares. I've worked it out because
No, I'm telling you right now, I didn't get 2 fucking rares.
Well, because I thought I got a rare for me red, and I think I got a rare for my gold, and I got a common for my bronze.
No, you just had a bit of good luck.
Sergeant Sav got the same as me, so I thought it must be just a fucking generic airdrop. You get 2 rares if you got 2 rares, and you got a common if you got a common.
No, let me find the correct wallet so I'm not doxing people. Old Barn Dog doxes himself, so I've got him on screen at the moment.
But I got 3 elephants, and I got a really cool looking one. I actually like the artwork on that.
Metaverse's cat.
It's Sixon's cat.
That's the cat. That's Skitty Cat.
Tell us how much a cat's worth, Sixon.
He costs $2,000, that one.
Just like a Solana NFT.
Except for he's nastier and uglier.
He got a tiger cat. It's something that's got like no fur or something. It hates him.
Oh,
but
he's all right. I bought for the daughter, but she's rejecting him now. He's my cat, but he hates everybody. He's a vicious bastard.
So see, I don't understand how the rarities work, but what do they actually do? PFP. Do they do anything in the game? Is that your in-game character? I don't understand.
I think it's just a profile picture.
That's what you would think if you hear PFP, profile picture. So they're selling for, what are they actually selling for? I think 0.3 or something.
Oh, I could sell 3 of them. I still make my money back I've lost.
This is the thing is, I don't know. I saw, who else was it? Project Loon was under their floor mint at the moment. But their Eye of Elaria, that's the rotating NFT. Has anybody followed that at all? Do I talk about that much here on Nice? I put it on my alpha videos for a while.
No, I haven't heard, I think.
So that was a very cool project. The Eye of Elaria goes through, I believe it is 4 phases of the NFT. It could be 3. But they're now at their 8th cycle. So every cycle, it goes through three or 4 stages, but then there's a locking period. At the end, you can pick and choose and lock at that very particular stage of the NFT. You can never go back to it. And because they only minted, the 3,000 NFTs, there's only going to be a very limited number of these particular eyes in these NFT series. I like that particular one that was sitting at 1 or 2 Solana last I looked at. So even though the floor of the NFT is the same as what you bought it for, you can actually get these drops and these airdrops of these NFTs down the track. So let me have a look. I have El Arroyo 0.5. I'll see if I can link that.
While we're just linking that, I just saw something on Twitter. Selenium is going to be listing DALI Go. I will be minting DALI Go.
What do you mean? They've already minted
No, as in the
token, the game token.
yeah. I'm just reading it now.
So I unstaked on mine and stopped looking at Selenium. They just gave me the shits.
So how did you do that? Because isn't there still a lock on your?
Yeah, I took it out of my mind and said fuck Selenium. See, I could still be eligible to enter into all of those lists, but yeah, I got 2 tickets out of 15 or 17 events. It just wasn't worth my time. Honestly, it came down to.
Not to mention the totally decreasing token price.
Yeah. Well, the token price. I mean, I'm in for like 25 cents on mine, so I'm in for bugger all. But it was kind of a letdown. Like, there's radium, and then there's radium. Selenium was good for a bit, but you couldn't access.
Radium number 1.
Yeah. Well, radium's good, but it hasn't done anything for ages. You know what I mean? Like, it's really hard.
I love radium.
So
Yeah, and also because like everyone's got the whole Mango style release your own token on your own platform go. So that's like the last resort for people. Why go to another platform where they can take a giant cut? You can just have unlimited amount of people donate, go into your Mango style IDO. Makes no sense.
All right, Magic Eden, Eye of Elaraya, Star Yush. Yes, it is definitely sent. I'll just go back to my live stream. I missed that. Yeah, so that Eye of Elaraya came out very early in the system of things. I mean, Project Illume was a game that I thought was easily in the top 5 of things building on Solana, and we did have was it Ramon? Was that his name, Sixon? I think Metaverse was off that week.
I'm not sure. Every time you say reminds me of a guy at work that runs into all my poly pipe.
But I mean, it's been a massive week as always in Solana gaming. I don't think things are going to slow down. I know we've got a lot of big guests coming to and from. Great. We've got a lot of stuff happening game-wise. Always so many games. Shit, I'm looking at my messages for the day. I've got a few. It's good to give away some prizes. I want to do things a little bit differently. I want to reward people. I'd love to be able to get some game testing going out, right? So I've just had Zoe from Chain Myth talk to me today after a little while. He's had a bit of a break. He's been building hard. They'd love to be getting some people from first-person shooters, testing them out. We had John from Gamerplex here on our last Tuesday event, and he's building a first-person shooter as well. And that's Contention, and it actually looked pretty fucking clean. I actually really enjoyed watching the gameplay. And Gundiver, he's one of my best mates I've grown up with. He is my best mate. You know, like he brought me over to Cairns, Queensland, and that's the reason I'm stuck here now with my partner in Cairns. I love it. It's a fucking awesome place. But it was cool. He played a little bit with John on the day, and they'd love to do something where we're actually playing. So maybe one of these weeks we might actually sit down and be playing this first-person shooter. So people that are watching the show, that are following the show, this is going to bank off a little bit away from being just Solana gaming, blockchain, and that kind of stuff, right? I want to play games. That first and foremost has always been my aim, was finding the blockchaining part of it. What are we looking at here, Stariush? Zanny profile pictures. There's some big boys. So I think maybe for the Zannies you got the PFP for like the race of the breed you got. But onto the gaming side of it, we're going to have a lot of opportunities here at Great Protocol to actually be able to help work with these games. We're actually going to be able to do some tokenomics, some white papers, some game testing, and play these games. For, you know, like, this is some pretty cool shit, right? blockchain gaming, Solana gaming, it's changing before our eyes, and absolutely keeping the space. If you want to put your hand up, Grape's always recruiting more. Same as any project in blockchain, any project in Solana is recruiting more people because they need anyone from content creators to writers, designers, to people that are bilingual. They want people to game test, to play test, do all these kinds of things. And we are absolutely always recruiting here. Grape's got so much happening, and we could do so much more with more people on board. Metaverse, myself, Six, and we all earn things as community creators first and foremost. That's what I do. I love it. I love to be able to bring in games talks from tonight. We had Yippee from Ramon Online, and it was a good night. Mr. Metaverse, what do you reckon?
I reckon what I want to do in gaming in Solana is play some games with everyone on in the audience, either through what's it called? You know that game on Magic Eden, the mini Royale Nations. That's like just a browser-based game that everyone doesn't have to have an NFT. You can just load it up, and everyone could just play together, play 2 rounds of like.
And that's in alpha, yeah.
I don't know if it's an alpha, but I know you can play it now.
So what about we have a couple of competitions here and put up some prizes? And I like it. I love where you're going. What about even I've got DeFi land, I'm fishing. We could all go fishing in DeFi land. We could all go in the shooting gallery. Do you want to start doing that? A couple of games and start with Mini Royale first?
Yeah, why not? We're here. We got the games right in front of us. Why don't we? I would love to play some Mini Royale Nations or even DeFi Land. It doesn't load on my Brave browser, but I can use Opera, and we'll see if it works there. But yeah, we can do heaps of stuff, to be honest. There's already games we can play. Yeah, and you've interviewed a lot of them. I think Shade should be coming out fairly soon after as well.
Shade's got multiplayer. Yeah, they've actually got 6-player multiplayer.
Yeah, that's already there. We can play that already, as a tournament.
Even Roguestar next week, they've got their multiplayers coming out as well. And that's, multiplayer before fucking NFT. Not just gameplay before NFT, multiplayer before NFT. So let's do that. Let's pencil that in. Let's maybe not next week, but fuck it. Let's do, and I'll put up some prizes. We'll get something from the vault. We're going to have a lot more coming into the vault, right? We're going to have these games that want to be able to get exposure, but now we can actually have some projects that we've been working with supply prizes. We can put up USDC value prizes. Obviously, I'm trying to go away from just putting up straight out one sole NFT type project. Someone's going to win it, they're going to flip it, and what's the value to the rest of the crowd? Whereas if we instead find and play a game that you might have potential, people keep asking, are there any play to earn games? And I mean, I've got DeFi Land open at the moment. That's actually play to earn. So it's you've been able to earn if you're in the top 100 people. I'm still in the top 100 this month. There are play to earn games, but there are actual free to play games as well. And Mini Royale Nations, Metaverse is talking about. I'm not really a first-person shooter is my biggest problem. I've been hanging off for Chain Myth, but I would have jumped on Contention the other day if the server wouldn't let me load up.
Yeah, I would definitely be up for Contention if I didn't have to download an exe file. If it was based on the browser, no problems.
And that's why you like that Mini Royales, yeah? Because
yeah, that's why I like it.
Deebs is playing that heavily from Groms. He was playing that. He's leveling up.
In Mini Royale or in Contention?
No, Mini Royale.
Ah, yeah. I don't have an NFT, but I know it's just so easy, seamless. You just click, you load it up, you click play now, and you're in the map. That's seamless.
Pertz has heaps for Mini Royale. I think he's got 4.
Ooh, I need to contact him.
You can check him on Grape Marketplace. How's that for a plug?
Oh, I can make him an offer on one of his NFTs.
We're trying more and more to come around to Web 3.0. The team's talking with Cardinal because we've actually got to find out a way to be able to rent out to be able to utilize these studs and fillies. It's more about the Gen Zero tickets, the race horses coming the game. We need to make sure we've got the program working, Web 3.0 tooling, that we can actually make the actions happen, but I'll control them from the Grape Vault. And this is shit that's really cool. This is Web 3.0 gaming, and there's so many more. Photo finish is different though, because you've got Z Run, because you've got there's it starts with P. It's not Pixel. There's another one. Pegaxy, I think it might be called Pegaxy.
Yeah, Pegaxy, yeah.
Yeah. So there's already a couple of these horse racing games that have done so fucking big, and they're gonna, because there's money in crypto. There's degenerates. We're already gamblers by being in crypto this early. So yeah, the games are gonna get big. Sixon, what do you reckon, man? How's your night been? What do you think of the night so far? How did you go with Ramon?
Oh, I don't know, man. I don't think I'm going to mint it.
That's the thing. You got a whitelist, right? And I like open opinions. We've still got people watching, so we've got 5 hours.
I don't want to bag the project, but just to me, it didn't gel well with me. There was a few little unanswered things I felt uneasy about, and yeah, the game looks better than what currently is in development, in my opinion. Like, it looks like it's cinematic shit, like Star Atlas. There's nothing there; it's just cinematic stuff. Yeah,
but the cinematic that they had is exactly that. It's a cinema trailer. And then the rest of it is dev tools. So they've got a lot of dev tools out of the game being produced.
Yeah. And plus it's 2 a.m. So
this is the big thing, right? Like, I've got to get up at 4 a.m. and I've got a half an hour window to mint it. I want one. I'd love one. It's 1.8 Solana for a whitelist. But I just can't be asked getting out of bed at fucking 4 a.m. Metaverse is thinking.
Yeah.
Secondary marketplace.
Not for me. Not for me.
I like the look of it. It's my style of game, but it's too far away. It's not close enough. And like you're saying, if he doesn't make the funding, then he's got to work out how he's going to get more funding. And to me, that just sounds like he could go pear-shaped.
Yeah, I didn't ask the VC question, so it doesn't sound like there is VC vesting yet. But that's kind of a good thing. I'm loving the projects that are going away from securing VC, but then if it means the game's stuffed and they've got to I am Monkey Libra, it's then it sounds problematic. But they've got enough for the demo. But I don't know, 5,000 mints, 1.82 for the actual thing. Crypto Straps was minting 6,000 at 4 Solana, and they only need 6,000 Solana to get the actual project working. You know what I mean? They're doing a 2.1 million raise, and they only needed a quarter of that to actually get the validator running. Yet you want to mint in that, Sixon?
Oh, I like it. My half-assed is expensive, but I like it.
I'd mint it. I would mint Crypto Straps. I think they're actually doing like a pre-mint as well, so you can actually still, for people listening at the moment, you could actually go in there, ask some meaningful questions, talk, interact. I think they're going to be going in possibly with something like 3,000 out of 6,000 pre-mints. There's going to be a chance to mint secondary afterwards. It is from their website. Use a burner. Be safe. Find out about it. You've got the YouTube channel to go and have a look at with Barn Dog. I've got it on there. I liked him. Rad. And I'm trying to think of what his actual YouTube nickname was, but Rad was his first name. I liked it. Bringing a validator. No, Yippee was tonight. Rad was the guy from Crypto Straps. Yeah, I guess.
It was a good interview with him.
Yeah. I mean, it's half-assed. We've done the hour and a half. I might have another coffee before tonight, but really, really big week for so much in everything in Solana. But as always, be safe. We've got a lot of world events happening at the moment, geopolitical shit. Regardless of what you think, there's people out there that aren't, in simple positions. We're sitting here. I've got 5 screens in front of me in Australia. It's very easy to judge other countries and stuff, but hopefully people are safe. Hopefully people aren't getting fucked over, and let's play some games in the future, yeah?
Yeah, boys, sounds good. I'm looking forward to it.
Don't forget poker's at 9 p.m. If everyone hasn't signed up, sign up now. Still chance.
Oh, poker. You mean your 9 p.m. Yeah, so 23 minutes.
20 minutes.
All right.
I wish I could play poker. I can't.
It's too late for you, man.
Yeah, it's too late.
Killer Machine, it's good to see you here. You missed the Star Atlas shit-talking part of the stage. We've bashed it tonight. Metaverse bashed it for you.
Yeah, don't worry, man. I got your back.
He's not minting the new Bombardier bike. It's a bike.
Unibomber barn dog.
Yeah, it's a one-wheeled. Is it a one-wheeled? I don't know. How does the other one, the $15 ship, require ammo when it's got no weapons? Has that been discussed yet?
Yeah. No. Yes, it has been discussed, and they haven't quite answered it to satisfaction.
Oh, that doesn't sound like Star Atlas.
Yeah.
So there you go, Kellen. We're just giving you one. Yeah. Oh, let's not bash it anymore. We've done a good job. Star Atlas.
It's okay.
They released a couple of ships. The market's down. The ships are down. That's going to happen with crypto.
Let's not bash it because we want the price to come up so we can sell our ships.
That's right. I want the prices back up.
Yeah, you gotta shill it.
I've got 27 jets I've got to sell.
Might be interested in jets.
Everybody, have a great weekend. It is a Saturday night. Enjoy your Sundays. I love you all. Thank you for coming on YouTube. We had up to 8 people tonight. I had 15 people on the one during Crypto Straps. I'm still trying to build that out. Any suggestions, any help, by all means, let me know. But yeah, thank you, Mother, for the rabbits.
Thank you, Mother, for the rabbits.
You!
Thank you all for coming again, and see you all next week.
We'll get him to say it one day, Metaverse.
He'll say
Well, your daughter's nickname is Rabbit.
Thanks, Libra.